In Rocket League, there's a lot of people who wonder, like, why the game doesn't get updated very much, and why doesn't the game actually hasn't changed much in, the 7, 8 years it's been out, however long it's, actually no, 10 years now, 2015 wasn't it, so 10 years, and there's not really much that's changed, except for in the last couple of years. So they've added voice chat, and obviously the boost meter as well, but being able to see your teammates boost. They're the only things that they've actually really changed in terms of the actual gameplay of Rocket League. And I looked through some things and thought, what could be some fun ideas they could basically do to improve the game, make it funner, bring people back to the game. I know a lot of people, I feel like recently a lot of people have stopped playing for some reason. I don't know if that's just in my head, but it seems like the community is kind of not as watched on Twitch, and a lot of people don't play it. There's obviously still the core fan base who still play the game. So the first idea that I had, that I was kind of looking through when I was gathering information, was imagine being able to add like an underglow to your car, like GTA, like some sort of white light underneath your car. Like I'll put a picture up on GTA. If you play GTA, you know what it's like. It looks so sick, with a lighting effect. I think that would be a really cool feature. Another reason to customize your car. You've got all the decals, which some of them are good, some of them are kind of ass, obviously, and it's obviously down to the game whether it's going to give you that item, through drops. In terms of customization, it's kind of lacking in some ways, and it's not the best system. But obviously, you don't have to buy them. But there's obviously still some cool designs you can get without decals. But that was my first one. So to have a kind of lighting, you could customize what lighting you had. I thought that would be such a sick idea. Like, imagine, I don't know if there's already mods for that. There might be somewhere, but obviously you can't get it in the actual game. The second thing that they need to add to Rocket League to get people to come back to the game is they need to bring trading back. And this is so, a lot of people probably knew this was coming. They need to bring trading back. It's not too big a deal if you already have Bacchus mod and you don't really care that much about items or whatever. It's not a big deal for some people, but I know for a fact there's a lot of people who play the game that love the trading aspect of it. It was a fun feature, a good way to build credit, and basically make the game as fair as possible. If people are willing to put in the effort to gain credit and trade up and sell these items, then they should be allowed to do that. 100%. If they've found a system that works, they 100% should be allowed to do that. And not have to spend money on the game. Although, of course, it is a business at the end of the day. Epic Games are a business trying to maximize profit. I do understand that. I'm not an idiot. Well, some folk would disagree with that. They need to basically try to find the best way of adding it back. And obviously they removed it for specific reasons. Most likely the scamming thing. A lot of people getting scammed on items and stuff like that. And, I kind of understand that. And it's a kid's game. They don't really want to have this kind of marketplace on it. I do understand that to a point. It doesn't really matter. Like, there would be a way to fix it. There would be a better way to figure out how to add trading and make it more efficient than it was before. To be honest with you, I'm not really too sure what they could change about trading to make it better, but I'll leave in the comments what you think they could change. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe like a verifying your age type thing, like, you have to be 18 plus to trade or something, or like 16 plus to trade, so, it stays away from the kids. Maybe that was their main concern. I'm not entirely sure. So the third thing they need to add, and this isn't going to be affecting Xbox players or Steam players, but for the Epic Games lads out there, the players who play on Epic Games, they need to be able to change your profile picture on Epic Games and be able to see your profile picture. As you can see in the bottom left, I don't have a profile picture because it's Epic Games. It doesn't allow you to do that. They should add that. I don't really understand why they don't. It would be it's just another unique customization thing that people can get interested in. And although it's such an insignificant thing, it's a fun thing to be able to do. Makes things feel more personal. Can definitely make you think like you care about the game, you know what I mean? It can give you that feeling that you care more than maybe you do, because it is just a profile picture at the end of the day. I think that would be such a good idea. It would give Epic players a reason to play the game. I feel like a lot of players that play now are just old Steam players, who are still so invested in the game. I could be wrong on that, to be honest. I could be wrong. But in my I guess it could just be the rank that I'm in. That it's just, you know, it's mainly Steam players who've played for a long time. I do actually have a Steam account, but unfortunately it's not the account that I use for Rocket League. Although I could. But they should add that. It would be such a good idea. People would be interested in coming back to the game if it gave them that option. So another kind of smaller thing that, you know, maybe could bring. I thought about this. Maybe could bring people back to the game. I was doing research, and custom hitboxes. Now the only thing about that is that a lot of people are already used to the, you know, the common hitboxes of Fennec and Octane, and you know, it would be quite interesting. Again, you don't have to do it. It's just as a feature. If you wanted to try and make things challenging for yourself, you know, give yourself a new, you know, just make things feel a little bit different. Maybe you could have some sort of parameters. You know, you can, you know, change things very slightly to make things more accurate for you, or less accurate if you want, I guess. I mean, you're a bit messed up in the head if you want to make things harder, but fair enough, everyone wants a challenge. I don't know, out of all the ideas, I think that's probably the most likely one that I wouldn't really mind if they never added, but, you know, because it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. A lot of people just want to use Fennec and Octane anyway. So it probably wouldn't change that much as it is, you know, going through all that effort, setting up that system for them. Take them a while probably, and then, you know, for people not to really use it. So the next one, the next thing that I kind of wish they would, you know, add to Rocket League, or something they could possibly change, is adding actual money tournaments into the game. Now that is a pretty controversial one that some people might not agree with. But you know how, like, they've done on Fortnite, where if you get through to the second round of a tournament, you can actually win money in the game. I actually thought when Epic first originally bought it that's what they would do, is turn that into, you know, like adding like in-game tournaments for players to play. You can only play in certain ones if you're above, I feel like, your SSL, or, you know what I mean. It's if you're actually good enough, high enough rank in the game, you be able to basically compete in the hosted tournaments. And the thing is, you can do third-party tournaments, you know, like Discord tournaments, or just websites such as like repeat.gg. I tend to jump into them quite often, not recently, but I used to play those repeat.gg ones often. But I think if they had a feature where people actually had an opportunity to make money, I think it would do so much for the game. The amount of people who would take it a lot more seriously and bring the player base back. You think what happened with Fortnite, like, players were getting kinda good, and then they added tournaments where you can make money, and instantly everyone started, like, you know, properly, like, trying to get better at the game. Like, that's why, you know, a lot of bad things came from that. But it's already so late on in the game in Rocket League, it's not like that's going to change much. It might just make the average player a little bit better, but it's already been 10 years, you know what I mean? So it's not as if it's going to make a huge difference now. But yeah, in-game tournaments, that'd be such a cool idea. I think I would absolutely love that. I'm sure a lot of you would as well. Just gives you another incentive to play. But yeah. So yeah, I think I should probably get a job at Epic Games after this. I feel like I should be on the creative team, to be honest. I believe, you know, if they use, I've patented all these ideas, so if they use one of them, then, you know, I need at least 10% rights on it. That'd be ideal. So yeah, tell me what you think about these ideas in the comments. I thought, you know, they've literally not changed anything about the game in 10 years, virtually. I mean, apart from the last kind of year or two, they've changed a couple of things. I think we need to try revive Rocket League a little bit, get it more popular again, get the viewing numbers up for it. I don't really think too many people are watching it these days, unless you're squishy, pretty much, or musty. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please leave a like and sub to the channel. I'm nearly at 500 subs, and I would like to get there as soon as possible. You wouldn't mind. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.